Welcome back. I am Dr. Carrie Fullerton. I lead this diet rebellion, and this is my wonderful rebel Lauren.
Hi.
So we wanted to discuss this idea of, I guess this is sort of a mesh video of fat and fit. Can that really be true? And if you're looking to be fit and you're fat, how does that work?
Absolutely. And I don't want to spoil it, but yes.
Oh, now they don't have to watch the video, Lauren. There is a lot of public figures, there's a lot of noise about how fat and fit cannot coexist. And all we really want to let you know is that they can, in fact. And how can you find that joy of movement again?
Yeah.
Because for most of the women I work with, and you may find this to be true in your history, fitness and exercise have been a penance to pay. It's been a punishment. It's gone with the dieting, with the weight loss. And women give it up if they see that their weight isn't moving or it's not moving as fast as they want it to, right? I only lost XYZ pounds when I was,
Exactly.
So in your journey, how have you found your way back to movement?
Well, it's interesting because I tend to be the all or nothing personality. I'm sure none of you are like that. So no matter what weight I was either the couch potato who just lay on the couch and didn't do anything, or no, heck with this. I'm going to make a decision. I'm gonna take control of my fitness, and I would go to the gym, but not just go to the gym. I would go to the gym every day, and I would work until I felt like I was gonna throw up.
And if you hurt the next day, you had to go in.
Oh, that's no excuse. No excuse whatsoever. And I didn't like it. Wasn't fun, but I had to do it. I was in control. I was gonna do this. And of course it never lasted because I didn't like it. I wasn't having fun.
It's important to know that there are very few personality types that can stick to something just because. And there is a very small subset of the population that is capable of doing that enjoyment is not a factor. They just do it because it's the right thing. Most of us are not wired that way. So if there isn't an enjoyment factor, if there isn't something that you look forward to, some sort of wonderful benefit at the other side, you're not going to stick with it. Not in this, like, it's just not going to happen. It's like in another video we discussed the all or nothing and the anger sometimes in the I'm going to eat my face off stuff. And the fitness world is the same, right?
Yeah,
if it's very angry and aggressive and masculine, and it won't hold.
No. And there are things that I love to do, and they involve movement, and I do them when I want to do them. And I know, again, it always comes back to how I feel. It always comes back to how I feel. Because I feel better, my body doesn't ache as much. It doesn't, I have more flexibility when I move. And I like that feeling as opposed to, oh, my back is sore, I've been sitting too long. I prefer the feeling of, woohoo, let's go, I'm ready for anything, so I move. But I move doing what I want to do. And you've done some pretty awesome things with movement too.
I have. I've been experimenting with this as well. I like to try everything out. So I went axe throwing with friends of mine, and we're actually we're doing it again next month. I'm super excited. And in the moment, it didn't feel like I was doing any real physical activity. We were having a beer, having some laughs, tossing these hatchets over our heads. And the next day I woke up and realized how many muscle groups I had used to do that. But it was a blast. And in my mind, it was not going to an exercise class. It was fun.
Yeah.
And you feel the same way about dancing.
I love to dance. I could dance for hours and not pay any attention. And movement, I mean, Sometimes movement is gardening. I love to get out and dig in the garden, and I don't like to weed, but I love to plant things. I just don't want to weed them. But the point is that your body is doing something. It doesn't have to be exercise. It doesn't have to be a structured, regimented thing. It can just be standing up and moving.
Just in case you were unaware, walking is exercise. So that counts.
Yeah.
I can't tell you how many times I ask people, do you move? Do you have an exercise regime? No. And then we find out they walk the dog twice a day. So you exercise twice a day. Okay.
Exactly.
It counts.
They don't, there's this inner definition of what exercise is. And it's usually something that you don't want to do.
It is the word exercise, which is why we typically talk more about movement in the rebellion as opposed to exercise, because it has a softer edge to it. One of the challenges with our current society is, fit is the new skinny, I think is one of the labels. So there's these fits pro, I don't know, there's all these hashtags. Yeah. And it's, again, one body type, typically very lean and very muscular in nature. Well, I'm sorry to tell you, my body is not ever going to look like that. And I, like most people, and this is from research, not just my own experience, but my own experience says, if I spend a lot of time looking at that body type, when I look in the mirror, I really feel less than. Yeah. And we were talking about this off camera earlier. I've just started a new fitness program with Louise Green, and she's written Big Fit Girl. And she is a larger woman, but she's an athlete. And it is such a wonderful experience to do a fitness video and not then catch myself in the mirror going, cool, because I'm not 10 sizes bigger than the woman on the screen. Exactly. And I think this is one of my dreams, is that the more of us in larger bodies are out and about being active, the more larger body people are going to feel welcome and included in that fitness world. Because maybe doing a race is exactly what you'd like to do. Maybe you don't want to run it, but maybe you'd like to get a medal for walking a 5K.
And we talked about this, and one of the things that I've personally encountered is I had an injury that kept me from moving for a while. But one of my goals, we do something called the fun run, and they throw colored dye at you, and you end up looking like a rainbow, and I want to do that. Do I want to run 5 kilometers? No, I don't. It's not what would make me happy. But I want to participate in this particular run/walk because it sounds fun, because it's something I can do with a bunch of my friends. It's not I'm not a solitary activity kind of a person. I want to do something with a bunch of people that involves music and dancing around. And heck, I would dance 5K if they threw colors
I will make sure to catch that on film for you.
But there's so much, and you talked about fit and fat. I have a friend who is a fitness bikini model, and she spends a lot of time strict in her diet for this particular competition, and she is extremely stereotypically thin and fit. I also have a friend who's a gold medal Olympic hockey player, and she is incredibly fit, and she is muscular and strong. And I have friends who are actual, like, they climb mountains and they're not thin. If fit doesn't necessarily mean what we think it means. Fit is I think fit's a moving target for people. And there's different levels of fit. I personally, for me, fit means that I can dance for an hour without having to sit down because I'm out of breath.
Love it. You bring up such an important point, and finding your own definition of fitness. For me, I want to still be able to carry my kid to bed. Now he's 70 pounds. And I need to be able to have the upper body strength to be able to carry him, because it's important to me. I don't know why, it just is. And everybody has a different degree of fitness, and fit is not a body type. I think that's really important to know. Fit is, it's your own definition, and it's your own life. So I have some people that I work with that fit for them, their next fitness goal is to get to the mailbox and back, because that's where they are.
Yeah.
And a lot of these people have been on the couch because they have not felt included in the fitness world, because they can't go to a fitness class or they can't go dancing and feel welcome, because they can't keep up, or because people are just unfortunately still pretty hard on bodies that don't fit the norm. It's starting to change, thankfully, because of people like you and me, and it's happening, but let's get out there and do some more. So let's tie this up with find your own definition of fitness. And that's really what Living Life as a Rebel is all about, is health and fitness on your terms, not on anyone else's terms.
Absolutely. And exercising is, I mean, you say this all the time. Exercising is something you do that is good for your body, that makes you feel good. It is not something you do to your body. You do it for your body. And I really that change in thinking, and I mean that's what you teach, right? Is a change in thinking. That change in thinking completely made me look at things differently, and that was awesome.
Awesome. So let's leave with that. What can you do for your body today?